This video is for Friday's review questions on Schoology. Number 1, Mark needs 1 large bag of candy for every 6 people at his party. Which expression helps him decide how many bags of candy to buy if C represents the number of people? So to summarize this, 1 large bag of candy is going to feed 6 people. So if you think about this, are you going to take 6 times the number of people that are there? Is that going to tell you how many bags you need? It won't. Look at this one. Is 1/6 times the number of people going to tell you how many bags of candy? If you take 1/6 times the people that are there, is that going to tell you how much candy you need? Yes, that will. So the answer here is B. And then if you look at C and D, 3 and 1/3, neither of them are even a number in this. So that wouldn't make any sense. Number 2 says, find the surface area of a rectangular prism measuring 5 inches by 2 inches by 3 inches. So I'm just going to draw a rough sketch of a rectangular prism here. We have 5 inches, 2 inches, and 3 inches. Okay. What you're doing to find the surface area is the area of all of the faces. So all of the faces here, there's 6 of them. They are going to all be 2-dimensional shapes, and they are going to be rectangles. So I'm going to start with this front piece here. I need to know the length and width. So it's 5 by 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. Opposite side, which is the back, which is back here, you really can't see. It's going to be the same. So it's also going to have an area of 15. I'm going to now do this side right here. This is a 2 by 3, which is the area would be 6. And this left side over here, which you can't see, is also going to be 6. Now I'm going to look at the top. The dimensions of the top are going to be 5 by 2, which is 10. And the bottom face is also going to be 10. So I should have 6 numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I add these up, that will give me my surface area. So I have 10, 20. And then if I add these two, 15 and 15 is 30. So 30, 40, 50 plus 12. So 50 plus 12 would be 62. And it's inches squared. Okay. Again, surface area is the area of all of the faces that make up the 3-dimensional shape. Number 3, is S equals 9 a solution to the equation 1/3 S equals 30? So what you're going to do here is you are going to substitute in 9 wherever S is. So I would have 1/3 times 9 equals 30. Okay, is that true? Well, let's solve it. So I have 1/3 times 9 over 1. 9 times 1 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. 9/3 is the same as 3. So, is that true? No. Now, you will have to find on the quiz, you will have to find the solution to this. So, if I take this right here, equation, I'm going to draw a line splitting it into 2 sides. S is my variable. I want S by itself. S is being multiplied by 1/3. So the opposite of multiplying by 1/3 would be dividing by 1/3. Whatever I do to the left side, I must also do to the right side. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm left over here with S equals, and if I take 30 divided by 1/3, I would get, actually, let's do some practice here. 30 divided by 1/3. I'm going to keep, I'm going to make that 30 over 1. Keep, change, flip. It's going to give me 90 over 1. So S would be 90. Okay. Number 4 asks how many terms are there. If you take a look at this, terms are separated by addition and subtraction sign. So this is a term, this is a term, this is a term. So there are 3 terms here. Okay. Number 5, order the numbers from greatest to least. So greatest to least. So greatest, I'm going to start with my positive numbers. So I have 4/10 and 2/10. So which one is larger? 4/10. So I'm going to do 4/10. And then of course 2/10. I'm not even looking at my negatives nor my 0. Okay. Next would be 0. Now I need to look at my negatives. Okay. If you're having trouble understanding these from a fraction point of view, change them to a decimal. So this one would be negative 5/10. And this one would be negative 75 hundredths. Okay, so which one is the next largest? The next largest would be negative 1/2 because it's closer to 0. And then last but not least, we have negative 3/4. Okay. Number 6, it wants you to solve for x. So again, we're going to separate my equation into 2 sides, a left and a right. I want x isolated. So to isolate x, I need to do the opposite or the inverse operation. So it's being 10 is being added. So the opposite of adding 10 is subtracting 10. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. Okay, I'm left with x. This cancels out. 21 minus 10 is 11. Number 7, we have a division problem here. I have 347 and 1900ths, and I'm dividing that by 2 3/10. Okay, this is my dividend, this is my divisor. Dividend, divisor. This has to be a whole number. I need to move my decimal 1 place to the right. So this is now 23. Whatever I do to this number, I have to do here. So if I move this 1 place, I also have to move this 1 place. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my answer in my decimal in my answer. I'm going to bring it straight up. Okay, 23 goes into 34 1 time. 1 times 23 is 23. I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. I need to bring down my 7. 23 goes into 117. If we come over here, we'll say, let's try 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1. So that's 138. That's too much. Let's try 23 times 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11, 115. So it goes in 5 times. So I'm going to put a 5 up here. 5 times 23, I've already done that, 115. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to get a 2. I need to bring down my 1. Does 23 go into 21? No. So I need to put the 0 up here. And I need to bring down my 9. Does 23 go into 219? Yes. We need to figure out how many times. So I'm going to come up here. 23 times, let's try 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So put my 4, carry my 2. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 2 is 18. So that's 184. Let's see if we can do it 9 times. 23 times 9. We have 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 2 is 20. That is 207. So it does go in 9 times. I'm going to put my 9 up there. 9 times 23. We've already done that. It's 207. going to subtract. I'm going to get 9 minus 7 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. So I'm left with 12. I'm going to add another 0. Bring it down. We have 120. How many 23s are in 120? Let's come over here. Actually, here. 23 times 6 is 138. So it has to be less than that. So let's try 23 times, 23 times 5 is right here. It's 115. So this will be, okay. And then I'm going to subtract, okay. And guys, I'm going to stop here. You guys would normally go on. The one on the quiz is not this complex. But as long as you understand the process, which is, we talked about the family, the division family, dad, mom, sister, brother, rover, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. Okay. Number 8, this one is an old test question. So please read carefully. A lot of us miss this, I think, just due to not reading carefully. Locate the integer that is opposite of 2. So I'm going to find 2, which is right here, but it doesn't say find 2. It says locate the integer opposite. So opposite would be -2. So -2 would be my answer. Okay. The exponent 3 to the 4th power is equivalent to. So I'm going to jump to B real quick. And 4 times 4 times 4. Remember, this is my base, and this tells me how many times I'm multiplying that base. So B would be incorrect. If I look at C, I should have the number 3. I should be multiplying it 4 times. So if you look here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 3 to the 6th power. So that one's wrong. Let's go back to A. 12. A lot of people want to say, oh, let's just do 3 times 4. That is not correct. Okay, it is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and multiply this. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. Okay. And the last one, number 10, this is a histogram, and you're going to be given a question such as, how many students have 6 or more siblings? So down here's the number of siblings, here's 6 or more. How many students have 6 or more? So the bar goes up to here, which is 1. So there will be 1 student that has 6 or more siblings. How many students have 0 to 1 siblings? So 0 to 1 siblings right here, there are 3 of them. How many students have 2 to 3 siblings? There is 1, because the bar is over there. And lastly, how many students have 4 to 5 siblings? There would be 2 of them. Again, this video is for the review questions for Friday.